Well, hello guys, my name is Kevin and welcome to this new episode of Is It OP, and today I'll take a look at Ryze, the Rune Mage. I can't believe that this guy got a second rework, like what the hell? He had one previously which made him truly competitive and overall pretty balanced, but nope, that's not enough. We need more spammy mages, so we will rework him again. There are like tens of champions which desperately need some love that they probably won't ever get because Rito is obsessed with Smurfs. Like, can you tell me why was this rework even needed? Well, I can actually answer myself that. He was ridiculously high skill cap champion whilst being quite easy to just pick up and play. So you could simply randomly pick up and play Ryze somewhere in bronze, and just matter of weeks you were somewhere in high platinum or probably even diamond playing one trick Ryze because you knew how to play Ryze. He just had ridiculously high skill cap whilst being easy to play in general. Anyways, I'm not here to judge Ryze decisions. I'm here to judge whether or not a certain champion is OP. And mainly I'm not here to talk about Ryze's game. Yeah. Well, let's just jump into his spells already, starting with his passive, which is called Arcane Mastery. Ryze's maximum mana increases by 5% per 100 AP. Well, this is possibly the shortest ability tooltip that I've read in about 2 years or so. Finally, I do not need to read those goddamn essays that Ryze likes to write. But gosh, this ability is way more useless than I've expected it to be. It only gives you a little bit of mana, which isn't percent scaling. Thus you got to build mana and AP at the same time to make the spell at least a little bit useful, not to mention Ryze's puny little mana scalings. So let's just skip right onto his Q called
Compounded!
which has two parts. The active part makes Ryze throw a charge of pure energy in a line, dealing damage to the first enemy struck. And the passive part resets the cooldown of the spell whenever Ryze casts any of his spells and begins to charge a rune. When rune is fully charged, Ryze also gains a shield and a little bit of movement speed. This spell is what makes him feel like the good old Ryze that you can still roll your head over your keyboard dealing tons of damage. But now compared to the past, you actually need to think which way you roll your head because messing up your combo completely screws up your damage. But I'll talk about these combos later on. For now, let's just say that this spell is Ryze's bread and butter ability since ever. It always had the lowest cooldown of all Ryze's abilities, or now it has the cooldown reset mechanic which keeps it spammy as always. So despite it having low base damage and low mana or AP ratios, it can still deal quite a lot of damage thanks to, well, now on to Ryze's W, the Rune Prison. Ryze traps a target enemy unit in a cage of runes, damaging them and preventing them from moving. This spell is what made me quit League for the first time ever. If you don't know, back in Season 2, this spell had 1.75 seconds long snare duration. And if you correctly rolled your head, its cooldown was only around 2 seconds, resulting in pretty much permanent snare until either Ryze ran out of mana or broke his keyboard. This of course resulted in a nerf which bumped up the cooldown of it by almost 6 seconds, which made this spell non-spammable and mainly removed the perma-snare Ryze strategy. Nowadays this spell is completely useless because you have to hit it through all the minions, which is ridiculously hard and... just kidding. But the spell is still bad. It deals low amounts of damage and has high cooldown. This gives it only two viable uses: to reset your Q cooldown or to give your team that lovely 1 second no Raven zone. Next up is Ryze's E, the Spell Flux. Ryze hurls an orb of runic energy at the target enemy, dealing magic damage and marking them with flux for 3 seconds, causing his next ability against them to consume the mark and gain bonus effects. The ability by itself is pretty weak. Low base damage, low AP ratios, and the mana ratios are no good either. Not even its low cooldown of 2.25 seconds can save it. The thing which makes this ability truly shine is the mark it leaves behind it. It empowers all Ryze's damaging abilities, including itself, giving them bonus effects. If Ryze casts Q, it deals a truckload of damage. The W's duration is doubled, which may really help you against, for example, some cancer champions, and if Ryze decides to cast it twice in a row on the same target, the damage and the mark will spread onto all surrounding enemies. Ryze's Q will then deal additional damage to all of them at once, but his W won't be multiplied. This spell is what makes new Ryze so different from the old ones. As well, it's actually pretty OP. It is a pretty nice poking tool which makes enemies scared of their own minions. same thing as with MSQ. And plus to that, it is the Ryze's main combo ability. If you cast it already on the enemy, you should know what to do next. You can simply snare them for 2 seconds and run away. You can activate your shield twice in a row, or you can even delete them. In fact, you can delete enemies already at level 5. Well, as long as they are dumb enough to not dodge your Qs. And by the way, you can easily spot an experienced player thanks to this spell. If he actually knows how to play Ryze, he will somehow magically always hit that EQ combo. You see him casting his Q onto a minion, then you are marked and oops, too late, say bye bye to half of your HPs. But watching an unexperienced player trying to use this spell is much more entertaining, as they'll screw the combos up so often that you will lose count of it, and the only thing that will be left to do is just laugh. And now on to Ryze's ultimate. There were Realm Warp. Hope that I pronounced it correctly. Anyways, Ryze channels for 2 seconds, during which he opens a portal around him, and upon successfully completing the channel, he and all his allies within the portal will blink to a target location. This spell is so strong and yet so weak. If you get a pre-made on multiple people or you play in a full team, it's absolutely irreplaceable, as you can teleport part of your front line or some teamfight gear behind the enemies and absolutely wreck the enemy's backline. Or maybe you can reposition the Jhin or Twitch from the Christmas assassins, or maybe you can even save the entirety of your team from some well-placed trap or some Orianna Wombo combo. But on the other hand, badly placed ult means a certain death. And badly organized team is no good either, as they will leave you TP into the middle of an enemy team all alone, or will think that stacking 5 people on top of each other is a great idea. Overall, the spell is all about luck. Not a skill, but about luck. Every single game you roll an imaginable dice and hope that you will get a team competent enough to use your ultimate. It's something like Bard's ultimate. If you get the luck and use it correctly, it's a spell that literally screams, "Nerf me," as it gives your team ridiculous amounts of mobility. It can be used defensively, offensively, however you want it to. It's simply a ridiculously OP spell, thanks to its versatility. But a misplaced ult, a bad team that doesn't listen to you, or some Malphite constantly paying attention will literally make this a useless spell. An ability slot that you better not use, as it is a literal defeat button. You don't even know how many times I've killed my own team because they thought that stacking inside my ult is a great plan. You don't even know how many ADCs I've killed by mistakenly TPing them into the enemy team. And you don't even know how many enemies escaped my chase because my ally teleported with me instead of staying. But let's ask the real question over here. Is Ryze OP? Yes, I probably surprised you as I am a little bit biased. But he simply is OP, no matter how you say it. But he's hard to play and master. He has lots of tricks and combos that you can use, and it's on you how are you going to use them. If you don't know how are his spells working and how exactly you should play him, the fight with your opponent can get to be quite drastic. And trust me, they won't go in your favor. But are there any counters to a player that actually knows how to play Ryze? Yes, of course there are. Just pick Cocaine or Periodimir. Seriously, any champion that can outlast him on lane beats him. If you pick something tanky that has a way to heal up, Ryze will simply lose. You can take loads of his combos and just survive and heal up. Overall, it's one of those hard to play champions that makes a lot of plays look easy. But enemies not knowing how hard it is to play Ryze will claim that it was easy to make that play happen. Like look at this, Zed makes a simple cool looking play and everybody thinks that it was hard to do. Now look at this, Ryze uses his E correctly twice in a row, keeping Nessus constantly marked. But does anybody think that it was hard? No, because it looks simple. It's time to stop the racism. Anyways, this is gonna be the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, give it a like. If you did not, please give it a dislike because I wanna know whether or not I should improve. But if you want these series to continue, please subscribe. I can always make a clickbait video that will get lots of views and lots of ratings. But if you subscribe thanks to this video, I can actually tell whether or not you want to see more videos like this one. Lastly, I hope that you enjoyed the video and hope that I'll see you next time. Bye.